So for this tutorial, we're going to look at creating an option to pause a room and go to almost like a sub menu, and then be able to go back to the main game. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is create a new room, and this is going to be called pause. And what we're going to do in this room, quite simple, not really going to have a massive amount on there. I've got a pause icon, and I'm just going to drag that on. It's just going to give me a quick warning that because this is not an object, it's just an image, I'm going to basically make this here. So that's fine. It's just basically saying you're putting an asset layer in. And what we're going to also do is going to create a button. Now I've already made the button, return to game. So we're just going to make the object here. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, oh, return. So this is going to be the return button. And that's that. Now, effectively, what we're then going to do is add this into the pause room. So I'm going to go back to my instances layer here, drag this return on. So that's the room pretty much set. And if there's anything else you need to do with it, you can. If you want to change the color of the background, it's all here. So obviously, this is room 1, this is room 2, this is room 3. And if we go to room 1, what we're going to do is we're going to put some code inside the player. Realistically, you can put it either in the player or the game manager, but I'm just going to put it in the player here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if a key pressed. So we're going to go with the letter P for pause, but you can go with anything you want. What we're going to say is if we pause the game, we're not going to go to the next room. We're going to go to the pause room here. Not room 1. We're going to go to pause room. Okay. So if we just play this now very quickly, what will happen is our game will load. And if I press P, it's going to go to the pause room. Okay. Perfect. Nice. Decent. We know it works. Okay, now I haven't coded this return to game, but we are going to have a little bit of a problem. Okay, so what we need to know is which room we've just come from, because obviously we've got 3 rooms. We want to be able to go back to the original room that we came from. It's no good pressing the pause button when we're in room 2 and going back to room 1. So what we are going to need to do is add a variable into the player. So I'm going to create a variable, and I'm going to make this a global variable. So I'm going to say global dot room number. So at this moment in time, it's going to be 0. So it's created. It's fine. And then what we're going to do is we are going to need to add something into our key press. So effectively, we're going to do an if statement. And what we're going to say is if the room, so if the room there is room 1. Now, as you can probably see here, this is using the room names. So the reason we're doing this is quite simple. If you've called this level 1, then you obviously call this level 1 here. Right? The room will be the same because you're using the variable room and you're using the name of the room here. So what we want to do is we're going to do 3 if statements. So we're going to say if the room is equal to room 1, then we're going to say global dot room number is given a value of 1. And we're going to add the same sort of thing in under here. Look, we're going to do room. If the room is equal to room 2, then what we're going to do again, same here, is global dot room number, and we're going to say 2, and then we're going to do another one then for room 3. Now, one thing to note is I'm using capital letters here because I've got a capital letter for my room here. Likewise, there's a lowercase there because I'm using the variable room. So again, last one now we're going to do is global dot room 3. Okay, so what will happen is this variable will be stored, and then we go to the pause room. Now, in order for us to return, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to do a mouse left press, but we need to know which room to go to. So what we need, first of all, is a series of if statements. Right, so what we need to say is if global dot room number is equal to 1, then we're going to go to back to room 1. All right, and you're going to do the same thing again now for the other 3. In fact, we could just do an else statement after, because if we know what's 1 and 2, but the reason I'm doing it like this is just in case you have a 4th room or a 5th room or something like that, right? So if we do this global dot room number, if it's equal to 2, then we're going to go to room 2. And then if global dot room number is equal to 3, then obviously we're going to go to room 3. Okay, so let's have a little look now at this. So let's play the game. And what we've got now is we can wander around still, and if we press P, we return to game, we go back to that. So let's try it now. Let's go to, this is level 2, let's press P, let's return to game, we're going back to level 2. There is one issue with this, okay? There's a change you're going to need to make to all the rooms. If I shoot one of these enemies here, right, and you can see now I've got this, let's shoot another one. Good, so 2 of these enemies now have disappeared. Let's press P for pause. Fine, let's go to a return to game. You can see they come back. So there's an issue. When we leave the game, we need to come back to the game at the same state. Now, fortunately, this is very easy for us to do. What we need to do is in each of the rooms, there's a option here called persistent. So if I click on persistent, what that means is when we leave the room, we will always come back to the state that the room was originally in. So if I just play this again now, and if we just go here, let's resume, and let's just shoot one of these really quickly. You can see there it's gone. So what I'm going to do is press P, and then we're going to return to game, and then that comes back. Okay, so that's how you would do a full pause on here.